I got some good news for Stellar fans. Yeah, you want to hear this. XRP fans will talk price along with maybe the reason why you didn't get good news. There's a shakeup in the top 10 in the crypto world. Greasing Palms is getting you in. We're going to talk about the big moves along with...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
We got a major shakeup going on that you need to be aware about, and Greasing Palms is the way to get there. If you don't know what Greasing Palms is, well, when you give people some money to get you the inside info or the inside deal. That's how thing works here in Los Estados Unidos. Yeah, baby. United States. Now, before we get into crypto news, your comments. Why? Well, because it's Friday. Well, and I mean, like, every day we bring your comments first, because you, the viewer, matter most. Hey, Esbear says, you're a good sport, Klaus. Absolutely right. It's flattery, but it's a douche move. Talking about the YouTuber that stole my thumbnail. Way to go and not give me a shout out. They could have at least given you a shout out or a Reachy Roundy. Happy Friday to all you fans out there. And happy Friday to the haters too that help out the algos. Crypto Turtles says, Klaus, remember the stipulation of the IPO? We're talking Circle. Said something along the lines that if you sell in the first 30 days, you're not to be able to bid on another IPO. That's standard. That's on all of them. Basically, a lot of people are wondering is, whoa, are a lot of these people going to cash out at day 30? Oh, okay. We're starting to wonder if this is going to be a pumperoni dumperoni. Tino Archuleta says, the crazy thing about the Circle stock surge is that Iran and Israel conflict did not stop the surge, where most stocks in crypto dropped. Look, everyone has a desire to make money. Remember when the Rona shut down sports and gambling? People got bonkers into crypto because it was like the only thing open. There's always a desire to like do. So, Circle was the hot thing at the time. People were like, well, we don't want to touch this, this, and this, but we want to touch Circle. You want to touch the subscribe button, and you also want to touch your partner's subscribe button as well, because maybe they haven't subscribed to this channel. Just throwing it out there. So yeah, there's always a want to make money. So Circle, that's the want right now. Circle is gobbling it all up. I know, you're probably tired of it, but the whole thing is like, crypto and money just moves. Remember when gold was super spicy? Remember when Bitcoin was spicy? Remember when meme was spicy? You see what I'm saying? Like money rotates. Agent Gerald Klarna says, that's all right. We come to your channel for steak dinners. The Imitators channel is the equivalent to eating at a Chinese buffet. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I like Chinese buffets. Sometimes the cheap sushi's the good way to go. Bitcoin sitting at 103,610 ETH this 24/18. Be ready this weekend because we've got price softness along with volume softness touching us. Yeah, not good, everyone. XRP, ADA, ooh, soft. Pi, soft. XLM, soft. But I've got good news for Stellar fans, and this is real good news. We're talking about Stellar making it on a finalist list. Yeah, this is really cool. Tron overtakes Doge to become the 8th largest crypto by market cap. Okay. Greasing Palms. Bro, what do you mean greasing palms? Tron TRX has overtaken Doge in market cap to become the 8th largest crypto. Takeover comes as Tron announced its initial IPO, which may propel the digital asset further in the public domain. Okay. Doge, we know, has a big audience, but Doge was most recently left out in what, everyone? Elon Musk's X payments action. Now, you're like, why has Tron, TRX, and all that been in the news lately? Oh, remember the Trump dinner? Well, Justin Sun was one of those people out there that spent lots of money to rub shoulders with the Trumpito man. This event was a private dinner held at Trump National Golf Club where investors spent an estimated $148 million on the Trump meme coin to secure the seats, with the top 25 holders spending more than 111. One of those people was Justin Sun. Oh, okay. So now out of nowhere, Justin Sun, Tron, and TRX is gaining some traction, and maybe, just maybe, the inside scooperoni. Now let's take this a step further, because Justin Sun is not only rubbing shoulders with Trumpito, I can't talk. Justin Sun is also rubbing shoulders with the certain man, Brad Garlinghouse. Check this out. I'm on the Twitter right now. You know, it's X, okay? Just shut up. Let me be. I love calling it Twitter. X is our ex-girlfriend's. There he is, the banana man himself. See what I'm saying? Justin Sun is like, let's cook. Yeah. This dude's got lots of money. Now, he's shady AF. There's some people that want him, and not for the good reasons. And I don't personally trust him. But hey, making money is making money, so you got to do what you got to do. He's the dude that paid lots of money, like millions, for the banana. Yeah, I know. It's messed up. But okay, so either way, let's get back to it. So Justin Sun spends a lot of money to get to the Trump dinner. Now he's rubbing shoulders. There's a lot of rumors floating around that he's in tight with like the Trump family, crypto, and all that stuff, okay? So now you're starting to see Tron TRX start moving up in the crypto rankings. Now, this is going to start coming all together. Just wait. Kraken relocates its headquarters to Wyoming, cites long-standing pro-crypto policies. Now, wait a minute. Wyoming is home to who, everyone? Senator Cynthia Lummis, who's a BTC maxi. And Wyoming is very pro-crypto, specifically pro-BTC. Kraken, a crypto exchange in the United States, is relocating its headquarters from San Francisco to Cheyenne, Wyoming. The state has a record of having crypto-friendly regs for companies. Oh, okay. Senator Cynthia Lummis, a crypto evangelist for a long time, has helped make Wyoming crypto policy in his praise crafting. This is what Lummis said, okay? Wyoming has been at the forefront of digital asset policy for nearly a decade and has created the perfect environment for digital asset companies to thrive. Kraken's decision to relocate to the equality state is a testament to Wyoming's forward thinking and approach. Kraken mentioned that Cynthia Lummis' tireless advocacy on behalf of Bitcoin and the crypto industry to several state laws that drive responsible innovation prove that there is no state better suited for it. Okay. Now let's take this a step further because this is all going to make sense here. Wyoming has been diligent in enacting over 30 specific crypto laws. Now the state is known for a hub for crypto companies because of its low taxes. You're sitting there and you're going, well, wait a minute. What does this have to do with Stellar? What does this have to do with Ripple? What does it have to do with Brett Garlinghouse? I'm going to get there. This all makes sense. This is going to make your Friday worth it. Companies like Custodia Bank, blockchain startup Notehaven have already have offices in the state. They do this to take advantage of rules that protect private keys, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Check this out. You ready for it? Wyoming announces 11 blockchain finalists for their Wyoming state stablecoin. So these stablecoins got to be run on some juice, right, on some rails, okay? So now these players got to start picking what chains are they going to run their stuff on. We know Base is going to be very popular for it. We know ETH is going to be super popular for it. Well, guess what? Stellar was picked as one of the 11 finalists. Listen to this. The top candidates are Aptos, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Base, Ethereum, Polygon, Optimism, Say, Stellar, Solana, and Sweet. Oh, if I read that too fast for you, I'll do it again. No, I won't do it again. It's linked in the description below. You can read it, okay? You can read. And if you can't read, all you had to do is highlight this stuff right here and then press the little button where they read it for you.
Wyoming announces 11 blockchain finalists for W1.
See what I'm saying? It'll do it for you. That's why I link it the way like this, so you could just do it super easy. Okay, so yes, Stellar was picked as one of the 11 finalists. Now, that being said, Aptos tied with Solana to win 32 points on Wyoming's assessment. Say came in third place with 30 points. Whoa, okay. So obviously Stellar's not going to be picked as like a finalist, but they were at least in the running for it. Why? They're cheap to move stuff on, safe, secure, and this goes to the greasing palms thing. They did not piss off Wyoming Senator Lummis. And you're like, bro, what do you mean? Well, Brad Garlinghouse on May 19th. See, my memory's really sharp. And that's why I'm here for you to bring you news, good, bad, happy, or sad. Because you got to remember, this is all about rails, okay? Stellar's got a lot of rails. Ripple's got a lot of rails. But it's also about whose palms do you grease and who do you piss off, right? On May 19th, Brad said this. Heading to D.C. to champion sensible pro-crypto legislation around stablecoins and market structure. That said, Senator Lummis, yes, the same Senator Lummis from Wyoming, canceled a meeting with me and won't reschedule. So he called her out personally on the Twitterverse. 2.1 million people saw this tweet. As a leader in Congress and a senator from one of the most crypto-friendly states, I hope you reconsider and be a leader for all of crypto. Basically, Brad's calling her out as a maxi. So Brad calls her out as a maxi, and all of a sudden, you notice Ripple, XRPL, is not one of the chains they even were considering. So this is all about building those relationships, greasing the palms, right? Justin Sun is trying to hang out with every big player in crypto. He's hanging out with Brad, like, with this banana. Dude, it's cringe. The banana's cringe, man. The white gym shoes with the suit is cringe AF too, okay? Just throwing it out there. He's hanging out with Trump, not Brad. Well, Brad's hanging out with Trump too. But Justin Sun's doing the whole, MAGA dinner thing, spending tons of money on the meme coin and all that. Meanwhile, Wyoming is picking people that aren't pissing them off, but is going with Aptos and Solana with Say in third. But remember, a lot of players are going to be launching their stablecoins, and we know Base is going to be running a bunch of them. For some reason, a lot of people love Coinbase. Government picked Coinbase for storage of their assets. A lot of people like ETH. Just throwing it out there. Look, I don't pick the stuff. I just report the news. But you can start seeing now the politics, the handshaking, the greasing the palms, the reachy roundy that's happening that's getting these players in tight. So the little feud between Garlinghouse and Loomis means what? Means Wyoming will not consider XRPL in order to run their YST stablecoin. Now, that being said, did this consideration for Wyoming help out XLM in the price? No. No, it didn't. No, it doesn't show it on the chart. In fact, we know macros rule the roost. Let's be real here. What's been the biggest catalyst for XLM price-wise? Has it been anything in the Stellar ecosystem? No. It's been the election pro-crypto change in the United States. Since that original hoopla, you could tell the price has eroded. Why? Because the enthusiasm has eroded. All the big promises that we were told in November, December, we're going to make crypto capital, blah, 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 blah. No, it's all like faded, right? So you could see it's really about how you're lining up with the players that are in the market. XRP's chart for the year looks a little bit different. Look at support, right? Going sideways, decline. Support, decline. So, Brad pisses people off, but he has a bigger retail and a bigger institutional space supporting him. Stellar, not pissing people off, but also not really big in the news, doesn't have a big retail or a big institutional space supporting it. You're like, but bro, how do you know? Well, it's actually pretty fucking easy. Volume for XLM in the last 24 hours, 169 million. Volume for XRP, last 24 hours, 2.6 billion. Yeah, there's some zeros on there. You see what I'm saying? So you could tell a big difference. ETFs, people are very excited about XRP ETFs. ETFs for XLM, crickets. It's not knocking XLM. It's just a smaller scale social following, a smaller scale institutional following, a smaller scale retail following, and smaller scale news following, right? I do an XLM video, do an XRP video. XRP video gets way more views. You could just tell volume is volume, right? Interest is interest, and you can see it with the price. Okay, that being said though, there are still a ton of stable coins out there. All those banks that we're talking about launching their stable coins, they're going to start picking where to run their stuff on. How many of those players do you think Brad Garlinghouse is tight with? All right. How many of those players out there do you think Danelle Dixon is tight with? How many of those players out there do you think the Banana Man Justin Sun is tight with? What about Brian Armstrong and Coinbase? Ooh, yeah, he's got a lot of inside connections as well. So, this is all about rubbing shoulders, greasing palms, spending money, and hey, maybe you got to cash in a little XRP, a little XLM, a little TRX, and spend it at some Trump dinners to get yourself in. But if it gets you the contracts, and if it gets you the rails, well then, baby, that's what it's all about. So now you're starting to see the obvious corruption and grossness in crypto starting to play out like it does in the traditional finance world. My, how politics, money, and greed can corrupt something that was supposed to be decentralized and for the people, and now turn it into, yes, everyone, a greed, money, gross, pimpin', reach aroundy fast. Happy Friday. That being said, though, I'm very curious. Like, if we were to fast forward, right? Like, let's say we hop in our time machines and whoa, and spin around, right? We go in our time machines, we fast forward to a year from now. I would like to see where the majorities of cryptos are being run on, the stable coins. I'm telling you, I think a lot of players are going to pick ETH base. I know, it's gross, but dude, Brian Armstrong from Coinbase, he's got the government's custody stuff. A lot of people like Base for their projects. It's gross. But they pick it though. And remember, publicly traded company, so there's a little bit of insider information. Hey guys, we're going to be launching a new product here soon. Oh, and we're trading stocks, so maybe if I give you this little information, you can make some money on it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it happens. We know it happens. I mean, Justin's son is like finagled his way and scammed his way to the top, and there's a lot of people that want him. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, yeah, he's a dirty, dirty character. And that's why people had a lot of problem with him at the Trump dinner. They're like, yo, this shady AF dude you want at the dinner? Yeah, like, that's a big problem. But hey, money is money and winning is winning. And now greed is running rampant in crypto, and so is corruption. And now you're seeing states like Wyoming go, oh, Brad, see, yeah, us Bitcoin maxis, we don't like you over there. So we're going to ignore you. Even though you got like a lot of rails and it might be good for us, we're going to ignore you, and that's what you see. Now, did they pick Stellar? No, but at least Stellar was one of the finalists that they were looking at. I mean, that's good, right? Stellar's got a lot of rails, but people don't tend to give a shit about MoneyGram rails. I mean, like, let's be real here. I mean, you think a lot of these banks out there are like, well, they got MoneyGram, you know? I mean, this is great. People are going to want to go to MoneyGram to cash out their money. No, they don't give a fuck about that. But at least they got some rails, which is good. But yeah, I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of big decisions here, and I think a lot of those big decisions are all going to be based on who gave who the most money under the table. There's a table right here, so you can't see me, but I'm putting the money under the table. Not just metaphorically, I was really putting the money under the table to prove my point. So, yeah, happy Friday to you all. We've got a heat wave coming in the South. Gonna get ready to watch the White Sox lose again. I'm a huge fan, but I still gotta be honest. You know, remember, I bring you the news, good, bad, happy, or sad. Holy crap, if I was a beat reporter for the White Sox, you know how depressed I would be? Oh, it'd be horrible. Let's see what happens this weekend. I'm just cautious. I'm putting it out there. I'm cautious because you know what? We're not on strong footing right now. I mean, the only thing that's hot in crypto right now are stablecoins, and that's, I mean, it's boring. I mean, Circle in the stock market's hot, obviously, you know, and that's because people want something to play. So let's just kind of keep our eyes and ears open. You know, remember Trump gave the deadline on how he's going to react to the Middle East situation between Israel and Iran, so that could stir up a whole mess. Just be ready. That's all I can say. Just be ready. And that's for the dips, tips, and everything in between. Remember, it's Friday. Enjoy yourself. Take your spouse, significant other out. Treat them to something nice. Time is very precious. Choo-choo what? Choo-choo biz nachos los Estados Unidos. Well, and all across the globe, too.